Can you all see this? So let's get started. So have you all completed your hands-on, gone through the recording, completed? Where were you all with the hands-on? So I believe all of you have completed that. If anyone haven't, go through the recording and complete your hands-on. So yesterday we were talking about staging area, local repository, working directory, right? How to move your changes. Today, let's proceed to few more interesting concepts. The first one is the diff command. See here, you already have some file, right? If I do git ls files, sorry, git ls files, this file is already in the staging area, local repository, and working directory, right? So now let's say I want to make some changes to this file. Okay, I'm adding some line. So can you tell me, is this file having any unstaged changes or not? Is this file having any unstaged changes?
No.
Git diff file name, file 3. Will show you unstaged changes. It has got the unstaged line, right? Just now I added this line. This is unstaged, isn't it? It's in the working directory. Yesterday we have learned when you make any modifications, those modifications are said to be in the working directory. Then you move them to staging area and so on. So this is the change which is unstaged. Now let's suppose I'm staging this file. Now tell me, is this file having any unstaged changes now? I want to hear responses from you.
No.
No.
All right. So if I do, obviously, git diff file name is not showing any output, meaning it doesn't have any unstaged changes. Okay, fine. It has got the staged changes, correct? Sorry. It has got staged changes. Here, let me just check. Git diff staged file name. This will show the staged changes. See, the same line is staged. Is it making sense? Git diff staged flag will show the staged changes of the file. Git diff and the file name will show you unstaged changes of the file. It's not having any unstaged because whatever we have added is staged. Let's say now I'll make another line, like another change. Okay, now tell me, is this having unstaged changes or not?
Yeah, we will be.
Yes.
Yes.
These are like staged changes. Also, this is having a staged change. First line is staged, isn't it? Because simple logic. I have added one line and staged it. Then added one more line which is not staged. Obviously, the same file is having some changes staged and some changes unstaged. That's a simple logic and quite possible. The same file could be both under staging area and working directory, right? Some changes are still in the working directory. Unstaged changes means they were in the working directory. Staged changes means they were in the staging area. So in that case, if you see the file name, it will be shown under both. Changes to be committed means where are those changes? To be committed, you have to
Staged area.
yeah, you have to refer to the architectural diagram, right? And refer to the like architecture, like we were talking about staging area, working directory, and so on, right? So you need to refer. Let me open the presentation. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So changes are in the staging area means changes were here, they were already added. Changes are unstaged changes means they were in the working area. Changes to be committed, that's what is the message here. Changes to be committed means if you refer this, it is in the staging area, they are not yet committed. And then changes not staged. Not staged means in the working area. Means same file 3 is shown under both staging area and working directory. We don't need to get confused. This is the simple logic. This is the reason. All of you got the use case clearly? Understood the use case? Everyone?
Yes.
So that's where you see the same file. Means that could be again another interview question, a tricky interview question. What is the reason or what is the use case for seeing the same file under both staged and unstaged? Or else is it possible for the same file to be both under staging and unstaging area? Yes, that's the scenario. This is the scenario which we are talking about. Now I just want to move everything to local repository. So git commit, add and commit. It's not a new file. So I'm doing with a single command, add and commit. Let's say file modified for demo, something like this. Done. Now if you see the git status, clean. If you have done the hands-on yesterday, you could find these commands more convenient. And I assume all of you are doing it, which is mandatory. Cool. So it's all in the local repository. So let's proceed to the next part. Till now we are, can I proceed or any questions in this diff part in this scenario? Can we go ahead? Appreciate your
Yes.
responses. Good to go?
Yes.
Right. Thank you. Thanks for confirming. Any queries, let me know. Till now, we have created files, we have we have modified the files, right? Let's say deleting a file. Let's suppose I want to delete this file 3. Okay. So how do you do that? Git rm file 3.txt, right? So you can see file is not there. And if you see the status, right? Changes to be committed. And it says that this file is deleted, changes to be committed. Again, I want to reiterate a point here. That see, Git works with respect to change. It could be deleting a file, modifying a file, whatever it is, it follows the same concept. The deletion will be under staging area, local repository, and working directory.
Staging area.
Yeah, changes would be from working directory, staging area, and local repository. So here changes to be committed means you have deleted it from staging area, right? So just commit the changes. Git commit -m file deleted, right? So now if you see the status, clean. Okay, it says it's clean. And if you do git ls files, you don't see the file, right? And also the new commit IDs, we have done a bunch of commit IDs in the history, you should be seeing them, right? These are the commit IDs. All right, so we have deleted the file, and if you notice that file is gone, both from this working directory as well as the local repository, it's gone, right? This is one way to clear, delete the files. There is another way, another use case. Let us assume I want to delete a file both from, okay, I want to delete a file only from local repository, but keep it in this working directory. Why do you have to do it? Maybe because scenario is maybe this might be a log file or else an executable file or else a document which I have taken for my understanding, a project documentation, a notes which I have taken. I want to keep it in this project folder only. This is my project folder, but I don't want to put it in local repository. But maybe by mistake I have added. Now I want to remove it. Git rm cached and the file name. What this command will do, this will delete the file only from local repository, but not from working directory. Is the statement clear? It will delete only from the local repository, but not from the working directory. See, it says, see, file is still there. Okay, and anyhow, if you see the status, okay, I'll show you the status later. Git ls files first. See, file 2 is no more in the git ls files. It is removed from staging area and local repository, but I do have it in the working directory. And now if you see the status, like before, changes to be committed, you have to commit the change. So git commit minus am file deleted from local repository. Okay, done. Now if you see the status, why are you seeing it? Why are we getting this message untracked file 2? Anyone? Any reason?
File is not in staging area.
Means it's like again like a new file, right? If you remember yesterday when we created file 1, we saw untracked, right? So for a new file, if it is in your working directory, but if it is not in the staging area and local repository, you see this message, right? So it is untracked because it's there in your working directory, but you are not adding it to staging area and local repository. It will keep on bothering you about this file like this because again, this folder, this git demo is a local repository, correct? This is a local repository. This is the working directory as well. And you have created this working directory and you did git in it. It has got .git folder. Do you remember all of this? Whichever folder has .git means it's a local repository or working directory, meaning whatever files, any folders present in this directory will be version controlled by Git. That's the meaning, right? So because you have got some file too, but you are not adding it, it will keep on bothering you. It will keep on tracking it. Please add and comment. Got the point? That's why it says untrack. You have to add and comment. That's what it suggests. To include in what all will be committed, nothing added to commit, but untracked file present. There is some untracked file. To forget to track it, please add. It will keep on showing us whatever files are present here if you don't add it in the staging area and commit it. But I don't want it, isn't it? Like I said, it's a notes for the project. I don't want Git to version control it. That could be the use case, right? There might be some, this is the actually real use case. There might be some log files generated. There might be some executables, right? Which you don't need to, you need Git to version control it. Or else there might be some abandoned or discarded files, which we don't want to version control. Another real use case with respect to DevOps is that whatever example I told you is with respect to dev teams with the DevOps. Let's take a Terraform project. There are some files generated when you apply Terraform. Those files are called state files. Terraform state files are having sensitive data, which should not be version controlled, means which should not be shared with others. You cannot push them to GitHub and share it with others. Similarly, Ansible has got Ansible Vault, like password, sensitive data, which need not be version controlled by Git, right? So there were certain files which Git need not version control for security, all right? Or else there might be some executables which Git need not version control, some binaries. So, but whatever in this folder, Git will track them. So now, how do you tell Git not to track some files? How can we tell Git? Here I am doing with the dummy file like file 2. Once we start Terraform and all, we'll see this use case with the real files. The concept, commands, everything is same. File will change. Now tell me, any idea? Have you heard about this? How can you tell Git not to track some files in this folder, in this local repository or in this working directory?
Ignore some of the files.
Put
Yeah.
in a under dot directory.
Yeah. So there is a concept called .gitignore. Concept is .gitignore. Okay. What you have to do is create a file. Here, create another file like .gitignore. Listen carefully. This is another file. create a file. Whichever files you don't want Git to ignore, put those file names here. I don't want file 2 to get version control, so put that file. Or else, if you have so many files with extension log, you can use wild characters also, like star.log. Means any file any file ending with .log will be ignored. So like that, you can use wild characters and ignore multiple files. For now, file 2. See, as soon as you place this file name in this file and saved it, this is grayed out. Do you see that? Also, now if you do status, it's not bothering about file 2 anymore. Interesting, isn't it? It's not bothering about file 2, but dot ignore it's bothering about, because dot ignore is after all another file like any other file. So you can version control this dot git ignore. Git add dot git ignore. It says changes to be committed. Git commit -m ignore file added or created. Done. So now everything is clean. If you do status, right? See, file 2 is no more bothered. Git is not tracking file 2. Even though file 2 is not present in staging area and local repository, file 2 is not version controlled anymore. Got the concept? Any queries?
You got it. I have a small doubt regarding the VS Code while entering a file to or some other information. How to save it? Is it like Control S or any other command?
Controllers. See, this is
Fine.
just an editor. For everyone, I want to just make this thing clear. Don't get confused or worry about this editor. This is just an editor. Let's suppose you feel this inconvenient, just drop it. Okay, there is no compulsion in using it. You can just leave this, use from CLI or use from opening the files from the folders through your GUI like you do in your daily life. This is optional. Okay, a better editor which is convenient for me as I am using it from quite some time. As you use it, it would be the case with you also, but you can pick it up slowly. There is no
Excuse me. Actually, if we are not going to use VS Code, we have to use another editor like Notepad plus plus. So VS Code is better than Notepad plus plus. I've started working since yesterday, so I got these doubts. That's why I'm asking, not for bothering you.
No, no
Sorry.
problem. That's not a bothering. Many people will have the same question, right? Like we are learning it. People may be having question, why do we need VS Code editor? Or people might be struggling with using this. So I just want to make the things easy for everyone. It's perfectly all right asking any sort of question. Okay, and also like this is simple, like you can use Control S to save. Here you will see the icons to create, or else if you don't know Control S, you can also go to the file menu, you will see them, right? You can use
And
them.
and one more small question. And while using this VS Code, we have to go to the file directory where it is saved, and then only we can creating files in the terminal. I'm asking while executing it.
Yeah, here you have to go to that folder where you have the project using
Got
CD and do that.
it.
Here,
Thanks so much.
again, I am showing this for whoever missed yesterday. If you want to open your folder here, go to File, Open Folder. So that folder will be shown in the Explorer here. You can click them to edit and save them. And again, you can launch terminal from here, new terminal. And go to the CLI there and run the commands.
And kindly tell me, is it mandatory making creating a folder in any of the directories of my system, or can we create a folder or directly from this VS Code?
This also you can do. From here also you can do
Okay,
straight away. See here you can just go open folder. But if already folder is not there, you can click on new folder, create it and use it.
okay, got it. Thanks so much.
Preeti, I have a question regarding this ignorance. Can we ignore the directory also, because here we ignore the file?
You
Suppose
can,
there is a folder of image and I want to ignore that folder.
like, suppose you create one more folder here, okay?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
give that path. You give that path of the folder here. Like, let's say there is some folder like images in this same folder. So give the path
Okay,
like this. Whatever content present in the folder will be ignored recursively.
okay, sure. Thank you.
Right? You can try out, and if you have any questions, you can post it in the group. A separate WhatsApp group is already created. For anything, you can try out. See, here we are doing some scenarios, right? You might be having new scenarios like how to remove the files, delete the files, RM command. You can experiment and post
Yeah,
your question,
okay, thank you.
right? So now coming back, if I check my commit history, I do have a bunch of commits. Now let's get into the next command or the topic of undo. What is meant by undo? What is the dictionary meaning of undo?
Going
What
back
are
to the
the
previous
changes?
state.
Yeah, previous state.
Right? Like reversing the things, isn't it? Let's suppose I have created a file. If I undo means file is deleted, right? Or else let's say file is deleted. If you undo means file is back. Isn't it? This is the general dictionary meaning of it. Similarly, we can undo any particular commit. Means, let's suppose if you undo this. In this commit, let's say you created 2 files, isn't it? You could work on multiple files and commit. So in this commit, let's say you have worked with the 2 files, you committed 2 files, right? When you undo, whatever changes you have done will be reversed. That concept in Git is called revert. Very important concept for developers or DevOps engineers, whoever use it. Like if you have made some changes, if you want to undo, isn't it? That's quite obvious. Sometimes we may have a better idea to implement. I just want to remove it, or else sometimes requirement might have completely changed. You don't need it. You may have to undo it, revert it, right? So let's see how to do that. Let's suppose I'm undoing this. In this commit, ignore file is created. Let's undo. Git revert that commit ID. First 7 characters are enough. So git revert that commit ID. That's all. Here, before I run the command, listen carefully. Revert works like a commit. Works like a commit meaning whenever you run git commit command, it will create a new commit ID, right? Similarly, whenever you revert, it will also create a new commit ID. Let me run this. See, it will ask for some message. This is a Vim editor, right? Or VI editor. This is an editor in Linux. See, it will open like this for editing. What you have to do, escape I. Escape I means it will go to insert mode. This is for people who are new to this editor. Escape I means it will go to insert mode. Then you can edit this message. This is nothing but commit message. Ignore file. I want to put it as reverted. This becomes the commit message. Okay, go to escape I, insert mode, edit the message, put whatever message you want. Again, go to escape. Escape means at the bottom you will not see insert. It's called command mode, colon, WQ, exclamatory. This WQ exclamatory will close this and save the message. If you are like, if you need more help on this, like how to edit this file, go to your Google Drive. By now you might have got access to this. So go to Git, Git reference. This is Git cheat sheet. Yeah, this was there in the Linux part. Go to Linux basics, edit the file with Vim. This is actually a Linux concept, how to edit the file in Linux. Like you edit in Notepad, Notepad++, there is a Vim editor. Go to escape I means it will go to insert mode, enter whatever you want, then again escape key, WQ exclamatory, right? Save and quit. So if you follow this, it would be very easy for you to use this if anyone new to Vim editor. That's how it is saved. Now, okay, I have done revert. Just check the log. See, whatever message you have given, a new commit ID is created. Okay, perfect. What about the project? What happened to this project? Do you see it's tracking file 2 again? And there is no more git ignore. Got it. Because in that particular commit, we have created the ignore file because ignore file is there and we added this file. It's no more tracked. But now because ignore file is gone, again this file is being tracked. Making sense for all of you? Am I making sense?
Yes, but
Yes.
if you want to go to the first step of these commits, is it possible jumping number of
Yes.
steps back?
Any commit can be
Reversion.
reverted. Any
Okay,
commit can be reverted.
thanks.
Okay. Now let's say, okay, I lost this file, okay, because I reverted. But let's suppose I want to get it back. I want to get that ignore file back. Is it possible? Which commit should I revert?
Recent one.
This one, right?
Revert.
Because this is where that ignore file is deleted. So if you revert it, ignore file will be back. If ignore file is back, file 2 will not be tracked anymore. This is nothing but reverting this revert again, or else revert this commit ID simply. Because this is a revert actually, right? So revert the revert in a simple way. Suppose okay. Suppose, see, you are at the point A. Okay. Suppose file is deleted. Let's, or else file is created. And this is a commit A. I can't write the entire ID, right? I'm writing as A. Imagine A is some commit ID. Now I have reverted it. It will create a new commit ID called B and file is deleted. Right? Again, I'll revert this B. Another commit ID C will be created and file will be back. Correct? Agree with this? Means this is reverted, you get B. Again, revert this is C, but C is same as A. Correct?
Yes.
Got the logic? So initially there was a commit A, I reverted, B is created. Again, I am reverting B. It will create one more commit ID, but the state is file is back, means it's same as commit A. That's what I'm going to do. See, this is commit A. Okay, we got commit B. Now again, I'm reverting. It will be at the same state as A, file will be back. So again, you get into editor, escape I, put the message, whatever you want. I would like to say ignored again or something like this, or else ignore file back. Okay, it is back. Again, go to escape, colon, WQ exclamatory, right? See, file is no more tracked. You can confirm by checking status. Ignore file is back. File 2 is no more tracked because you have this name here. This is the concept of reverting. Till now, what are...
Excuse me, this edit file is being populated automatically, or are you giving any kind of command to edit?
Which one?
Edit file is being populated
Whenever,
automatically. How?
yes. It will come automatically whenever you run this command git revert.
Okay, thank you.
Whenever you run this, that it will open that editor where you can edit your message. Right? So that is about revert. We are talking about diff commands, right? Git diff file name, git diff staged file name. And also we have looked into rm command till now. Rm cached we have looked at. And now we were talking about git ignore. Sorry, we have discussed ignore and then revert. These are the things we discussed. Any questions from any of these concepts? Is that clear? And is the difference clear between removing, RM and ignore? Good to
Yes.
proceed or any queries in this? Appreciate your quick responses.
Yes, clear.
All right. So that's about revert, right? Now let us look into another interesting part. When I check the commit history, again, I have a bunch of them. Is it possible to undo a bunch of successive commits? Means I just realized, okay, I'm working on this repository from a week. I realized whatever I have done in this week are not required anymore. Like first 4 commits I want to undo. Successive 4 commits or successive 6 commits or successive 8 commits means the topmost commits. And here, let me tell you another thing. Whenever you check the log, the topmost commit ID, this latest commit ID is called head. Head is nothing but a pointer in Git, which will point to the topmost commit in the particular commit history in that particular branch. Branching concept, what is a branch? We'll come to that. But before that, yes, the head is a pointer which points to the topmost commit ID in the current branch. Now, let's say I just want to undo a successive commits, a bunch of commits. That is possible through a command called reset. Right? What is a reset? Like it will undo a successive commit, successive 4 or successive 5, whatever it is. The command is git reset hard. Let's say I want to undo first 2 head tilde 2. That will undo first 2 commits. Right? Git reset hard till 2. It will undo first 2. Undo means these 2 commits will be discarded from the commit history as well. Discarded means whatever changes happened in these 2 commits will be gone, as well as they will be wiped off from the commit history as well. There will be no more in the commit history. They'll be wiped off from the commit history completely. Right? That's where reset comes in. They'll be wiped off completely. And reset is like it's called destructive and powerful command because changes gone are gone forever. The difference is whenever you revert, a commit ID is generated. But with reset, it will not generate a commit ID. If you don't get a commit ID, means you can't revert it again. Let me show you. Reset means, yes, they were gone. Now this is the topmost commit. This head will be pointing to this. That's what it said. Head is now at this commit. If you see the log, they were gone. These 2 are gone forever. You cannot get them back. That's what is reset.
Is it regarding resetting is regarding the data or the only commit IDs?
Data and commit IDs as well. Whatever changes in those commit IDs will be gone, as well as commit IDs will also be wiped off from the commit history.
So reverted and removed.
Yes. Yes. If you want me to differentiate, let's differentiate this. Revert and reset. Reset, any random commit ID can be reverted. But this one successive, either 4 successive ones or 5 or whatever. Every revert will generate a new commit ID. Advantage is if you revert that commit ID, you get the changes back. But this will not create, no new commit ID will be created. Gone are gone forever. You can recover the changes back when you revert. But this is not possible. Which is safe and which is widely used?
Revert.
Revert is the safe and it is used like it's a daily use case. Reset is a destructive and very powerful because if you lost the changes, you cannot get them back. So it's not something which you use on a regular basis. Maybe if you really know the use case, if you are very sure you don't need these changes, you may reset. Otherwise, you shouldn't keep resetting the things. You shouldn't do that. Right? Let me show you another example. I mean, one more example. Like we have undo first 2, right? This time, let's say git reset hard. We have written like head tilde 2 to head tilde 4, right? That's how you do. Or else, let's say I want first 4 to be gone. Head tilde 4 you can do. head tilde 4. Or else, after removing this 4, the 1, 2, 3, 4, this becomes the topmost, right? You can give that commit ID. That is another way to do it. This is same as head tilde 4. Am I making sense? Yes, Nitish, we don't use reset regularly, only if you know, if you are very sure of your changes, if you don't want successive a bunch of commit IDs, then you can use reset, not for regular purpose. So head tilde the commit ID, sorry, reset hard the commit ID, or else head tilde 4. See, now head is here, both are same, right? That's the reset. Let's say I just want to clean up everything. I just want only 2 commit IDs. Maybe head tilde 2. Sorry, I want to get rid of first 3. Then only I'll get these 2. So head tilde 3. Or else give the commit ID. Now, simple log. Simple. I have done everything for the demo, right? I have just cleaned up everything. Perfect. So this is the difference between revert and reset. These are very interesting things, right? If you understand the concept clear, once you do the hands-on, things become more clear. Like you can see the things from your end if you do the hands-on. In the class, you will understand them. Once you do the hands-on, they become more visible for you. You will see the very clear difference after hands-on and before hands-on. Because these are not just something you listen and leave. Like in mathematics, you have to do practice, right? The same way. If you do hands-on, if you do practice, you will get more visibility. Your clarity increases better. You feel more convenient after the hands-on. Okay. So this is about revert. And we were talking about revert. And if you reset. And if you observe, this is the command, right? Git reset hard. This is the command, right? So there are also different types of resets, like soft reset and mixed reset, but they are far advanced. They are beyond our scope. Like as a DevOps engineer, you might not be using it, but we are learning it and mastering it. So I just want to cover the differences. So I'll not get into the hands-on, but whenever you see soft and mixed, you shouldn't get confused. Also, if you try to learn them, it would be a bit confusing. So maybe as you progress, you may come across such scenario of learning it to make your learning simple without getting confused, because it's an advanced concept. This diagram will help you understand all the types of reset very easily. So I'll just show you this. So as per your requirement, if you need it, you can go through and learn this. This is an additional part. Okay. So let me simplify the different types here. This is reset. This is working directory, staging area, local repository. And this is hard reset, which we have seen. There are others like soft reset and mixed reset. So like, how do you understand them? Hard reset means your changes are gone from everywhere. Means whatever changes you have done, they are wiped off from the log list. They are gone from everywhere. Meaning your changes are gone from here, and here. That's why you cannot get them back. In the soft reset, changes are gone from your working directory. Sorry. Changes are gone from your local repository. Changes are still there in the staging area and working directory. If this is the case, how do you get the changes back to local repository?
By committing it.
That's
Git
all.
commit.
Git commit, you get the changes back. Right? That's a soft reset. Command is same. Instead of hard, you should put soft. And for mixed type, your changes are present, gone from local repository, gone from staging area, your changes are. How to get those changes back?
Git add and commit.
That's it. Add and commit. Those are the types of resets. Don't get confused by the theory and all. This is a simple chart which helps you understand this easily. Right? So, but we very rarely we may not use it, but just for your reference at any point of time, if you need it, this chart will help you. Those are the different types of resets. If anyone interested can try doing hands-on also with soft and mixed and let me know how it goes. Are we good and clear?
Yes.
Right.
So ma'am, in case of mixed, we need to use the mixed in place of hard or soft revert.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Instead of hard, you can replace that hard with soft or mixed.
Mixed.
Git reset soft, git reset mixed, git reset hard. Okay.
Ma'am, in security point of view, in real time, if L3 engineer uses a reset command, and is there a place to find the log?
Actually, reset is confined only for local repositories. If you remember, let's go here. Do you remember we are still working on our workstations? We did not go to remote, right? This is
Okay.
a thumb rule. Reset is used by every individual on their local repos. They are not pushing them to remote, right? If that is the case, it's affecting only their local repo, right? No, not the complete changes of the project, the shared changes, the remote repository is not affected. That's confined to their local. So yeah, they may undo if they do reset, changes will be gone. But okay, let's say changes are gone. But when you are pushing them to remote, let's say you don't have those changes, you are pushing them to remote, it will not allow, it will show you conflicts and all. Those concepts we'll see. If you make in local, if you push to remote, how come those changes will not affect remote and all, we'll see. Once we go through the branching and merging part, these things will be clear for you.
Okay.
As long as you are making changes anything to local, it will not impact the remote. You may be having a question later on, okay, we made changes here, we lost some changes, we are pushing them to remote, right? But it will not accept. How it will not accept and all, we'll see. Okay, only the concern is your changes will be lost. You cannot get them back. So you should be even careful there. That's why it's not regularly used command. This reset, whatever we have learned, is not regularly used. But there is another type of reset which will be used. We'll talk about that. Okay. Now we have learned all the simple concepts, right? Like a diff, revert, reset and all. Let me talk about another very important concept, the most important concept and the feature which we'll be using in real time and the feature which made Git so famous. The concept is nothing but Git branching. Whenever you do status, you might have seen here on branch master. What is this branch master? Isn't it? Now let's try to understand the concept of branching. And obviously, when we talk about branching, we'll talk about merging and so on. This is very important in real time. We work with multiple branches and there were different branching strategies. And the branching strategies on Git are very robust. It allows different or various types of SDLC models and that made Git very famous. Okay, so let us have a look at this branching. What is a branch? Whenever you create a local repository, right? A branch called master is created automatically by default. Okay, this is called master branch or a default branch. You can imagine branch is like a folder in your local repo. And this is the default folder. Whatever changes you have done till now will be in this master branch. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine this master is a folder, right? Like obviously that's a default folder. You made all the files, all the changes here, like file 1, file 2, everything you're making here. Let's say you are working for functional requirement 1. Client gave some requirement, you are working for it. Let's assume client came up with another requirement 2. Again, those same files are to be modified. You are making changes for them as well, but changes are different. For your better understanding and simplicity, let me make it more simple. Let's say for requirement 1, line number 3, you are modifying. For this, you have to modify some line number 7. Like changes are different. Okay, same files, but modifications are different. Let's suppose at some point of time, you have to release this functional requirement 1 on September 15th. This functional requirement 2 on October. How do you release it separately? How do you push them separately? They are in the same folder. Also, like releasing them would become a challenge. Also, at some point of time, you can't identify which changes are going for requirement 1, which changes are going for requirement 2, right? It becomes again a huge challenge. So rather than placing everything in a master, whenever you have a new requirement, let's create a separate branch from master, right? Give some name like feature branch, maybe a feature branch of requirement FR1, sorry, FR2, whatever. Create a separate branch. Make changes for this requirement 2 here, right? Rather than placing everything in master, segregate them, separate, create a separate branch so that you could release this branch on September 15th and this one on October 15th, right? It's very simple. Changes are separate. You can identify which changes will go for September, which changes will go for October. This makes a thing simple, right? You can create a branch from master. When you create a branch, it's like a copy from master. Everything from master will be copied into the feature branch, including the files and the commits, right? And you are creating a copy from master. And once you create it, it works like a parallel entity, meaning whatever changes you make in this branch will not be visible to master and vice versa. They were same only till you make a copy. Later on, they work like two parallel entities. Basically, what is this doing? It's allowing parallel development. Means you may have multiple requirements. You can work on them parallelly. You don't need to wait until it's completed, or else you don't need to mess up everything into the same branch, or else it help you maintain versions or releases, isn't it? You are releasing them separately, right? Or else it helps you to segregate the environments. Like there could be a dev branch, production branch, or test branch, and so on. So branching allows you to have parallel development. It helps you maintain versions, releases, maintain different environments, or like there are different branching strategies. One simple strategy is master branch is a dedicated branch, right? It's like a for production, a stable branch. You don't make changes on this directly. What you will do, every developer will create this one. I'll talk about when we go to remote because that makes more sense. Every developer, multiple developers comes in when we go to remote. We are on local. So let's talk about a local, but still I just want to give you some understanding. We'll talk about these again when we go for remote. Every developer will create their own feature branch from master. Everyone will work on their own feature branches, right? So branches, this is the concept of branching. Before talking about the strategy, first let me clear a few more things. Let me give you another simple example. Okay, imagine this is your local repository. This is your master branch. You create a branch from this master means right? It's a copy is created. It was a copy when you like it's the same when you make a copy. Later on, if I make some changes in this demo, will it be visible in this demo too? Will it be visible? No,
No.
right? They work like parallel entities. The same is the case with the branch. They were same only when you make a copy. Later on, they both work like a parallel entities. right? That's a concept of branch in layman terms. And branches again are of two types. Like these branches are of two types, permanent or temporary. You may create them for temporary purpose or permanent branches. Permanent branches means particularly like environments, dev branch, test branch, prod branch, they might be permanent. Feature branches might be temporary, like you create a feature branch, you generate, you work for that feature. And once that feature is ready, what you will do? You will merge them back to the original branch, like maybe dev or test as per the requirement. Am I making sense? You merge it, meaning, again, let's go to the example. See, here I'm having two folders, demo and demo. Let's suppose I'm writing a story here. Okay, this is where I'm writing a story. It's the same, I made a copy because I got another idea. I want to give a different climax to this. So I'll put one climax here, another climax to the story. Stories are same, but two versions of the same story. Let's suppose if both are good, I'll just provide them to the publisher. Publisher can publish both of them if they also like it, if they also are good with it. Or else, let's say if this one is doing good, let's say the climax 2 came up very well. I want this as a master copy. I can just copy it to the original one and delete this, right? Making sense? Same is the case here. Like a feature branch, I'll develop in this feature branch, and once the feature branch is ready, I'll merge it back to the actual branch and delete this feature branch. So there are different use cases. Branches could be created for temporary or permanent purpose. And like, let's say if you have created it for temporary, like a draft, you have tested it, it's doing good, then you may merge it to the actual branch and delete it. Or else there'll be some permanent branches like prod branch, test branch. Those prod branch means the pipeline will be created from this branch, CI/CD pipeline. How and all we'll see. So that's a pipeline for prod releases. We will not make any changes to that prod branch. So hope you got an idea on the concept of branching. Any queries? Is it clear, the concept of branching? If you are clear, I'll show you how to create a branch, how to merge, how to delete, all of this hands-on comes. Any questions from anyone? Anything should I repeat or clarify?
Yes, ma'am. If it is possible, please repeat.
From which part? Have you understood what a
Branching, I have little bit confusion.
See, branch is nothing but a folder in your local repository. Imagine it's like a virtual folder. You don't see the folder physically, but imagine Git demo is my local repository, right? In that, you can have any number of branches, right? These are all virtual folders. Instead of placing all the changes into this branch, imagine you have some online shopping application, you are a developer. There might be different modules, right? Or else different pages like login page, deposits page, or else whatever, right? So you may have different code. So rather than placing all the code in the one branch, you will create a branch for a login code. Means it's a feature, right? So let's say I'll create a branch name as feature login. Okay, maybe another developer is working on deposits. He will create another branch and create his code here. Right? So branches are like virtual folders to allow parallel development, because different people, different developers will be working on different requirements. They will create a separate branch and work on it, like login branch, deposits branch. Those are all features, right? So feature / branch, whatever be the name. They'll create a separate branch and start working on it. Okay. And once, okay, all the code is ready, like this feature branches are doing good, they may merge them back to the original branches, like dev branches. Different developers are working, but all of this finally should go to the dev branch. That's another folder, the actual real folder. Later on, they'll delete this feature branches. Understood?
Okay, there's like a temp branching, ma'am. Okay.
Feature branches are temp branches, dev branch is the permanent branch.
Permanent branches.
We'll create temporary branches here and then later on merge it to develop branch. Only the point to note here is whether it is temp or permanent. When you create temp, when you create dev, those concepts we'll learn separately. First, understand the concept of branch. When you create a branch from, you'll create a branch from some other branch. It will copy exactly whatever is there in that parent branch, including the files and commits. Like I have shown you just now, right? The folder. It's a copy when you make a branch. Later on, they work like two parallel entities. Like these two folders, two separate feature branches. Both are created, let's say, from master branch. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me show you the use case so that it will be more clear for you. See, like I told you, right? I did not create a branch, but by default, there will be a branch called master, and whatever changes you are doing till now are set to be on master branch. Do you see this? Only one branch is there. If you want to see the list of all branches, git branch, only one branch. Let's suppose now I want to create a branch from master. How do you create a branch? Git branch. I'm giving new branch name as B1, master branch. So what is the syntax? The syntax is git branch, new branch or a child branch and the parent branch. That's the syntax. Right? So this will create a branch. Now if you see the list, yes, master B1. Star indicates you are on master branch, right? Yes, approvals are required, Ram. That is on remote, not on local. We are still on local. We'll do that on remote. Okay, what is remote? We'll see. You have to again recollect that we still on local repos. We did not go to remote yet. Okay, so now, yeah, I'm on master branch. ls will show the files on master branch. All the commands you are executing will be applicable on master because you are on master. Let's say I want to go to B1. How to switch the branch? Git checkout. Checkout will help you switch. Git checkout B1. Okay, switch it to branch B1. ls, because it's copied. Log of B1. Now, whatever commands you are running are set to be on B1 because you are on B1 branch. Understood? Git status on branch B1. Right? Or else, how do you check on which branch you are on? Git status or else git branch. You are on B1 branch. Correct? Understood? Now, I would like to create a file. On which branch I'm going to create now?
B1.
One branch.
Here I'm going to this Explorer, new file, file2.txt, a simple text file. And I'm adding some dummy lines. Save this. Now, can you tell me, okay, first let me show you the status. See, on branch B1, the story is same. Whether you are on master branch or B1 branch, story is same. You created a new file, it's untracked. What should we do?
Git add.
Git add staging.
Git add file2, it will go to staging. Now it will ask me to commit. So let me commit. Commit -m on B1 branch is the commit message I'm giving. Done, perfect. So if I do ls, two files. If I do git log of B1. So now tell me, is the second file available on master?
No, it will not be.
No.
Is this third commit or the new commit available on master?
No.
Obvious. No, that's what is parallel development. I'm talking about, right? They were same till you make a branch. Later on, they work like parallel entities. Whatever changes you made are confined to B1. Let us check this. Let's go to master. How to switch the branch?
Git
Git
checkout.
branch. Git checkout. Branch name.
Master. So yeah, we are on master. Do you see that at the backend Explorer file2 is gone? Right? ls file2 is not shown. Git log, only two commits on master. Understood? Whoever having confusion some time back, is it clear now? I want to hear from every one of you. All the
Yes,
participants
yes,
should be clear,
Yes.
yes, clear.
Yes.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So they are working like two parallel entities. So actually after this, imagine this B1 is some feature branch, right? So I'll develop locally and I may push to remote. That part we'll discuss later. So it's a multiple branches. If this B1 could be for a temporary purpose, maybe it's working fine, I may merge it to master, right? Let's say, okay, B1 is ready, it was doing good, the new file is good. Let's say now I want to integrate changes from B1 to master. What is this integrating changes from one branch to another called as?
Merge.
Merging, right? Well, how do you merge it?
We need to go for the B1 branch, ma'am.
Git merge, source branch and the destination branch. Now we will merge it to permanent branches generally. So git merge, what is the source here? Source is from which branch you want to bring the changes, from which branch you want
B1.
B1.
B1 master.
master is the destination. So generally we should, if from anywhere you can run this command, but better you run it from destination branch. I'm already on the destination branch. Git status will show you on which branch you are on. I'm on branch master, right? So git merge B1 master. So whatever changes present on B1, including the files, including the commits, will be integrated into master. Let's see. See, it says fast forward means automatic merge. One file change, one insertion. Now, if you CLS, yes, you have the file too, and you will also get the same commit ID. Done. No, from branch B1, you can't commit to master. Not possible, Raj. Right? This is the simple concept of branching and merge. Now you may delete B1, but I have to do few more use cases. Later on, I'll show you deleting the branch. Right? This is the simple concept of branching and merging. There are again different types of merging. Actually, today we have seen branching and fast forward merge, or else merge with no conflicts is the scenario we have done. Okay, again, there will be merging with the conflicts where fast forward merge will fail. This is the advanced and the real use case because we generally get conflicts. So how to handle this and all we'll see. This is far advanced and a lot of concept involved in here. We'll discuss, we'll take up this. Before that, any queries from today's class? We shall
No,
take
ma'am.
from tomorrow, but stay back. We are not yet done. Don't leave. Okay. I'll summarize it. Initially, we started understanding diff. Let's revise. I want to hear from you. What does git diff command does?
It will differentiate, show the difference between the things.
Like it will show the unstaged changes of the
Changes.
git diff stage will show the staged changes of the file.
Stage changes.
Git rm, what this command will do?
Remove the file
Remove the file from
Remove file permanently.
Delete the file.
Oh my God.
both
from the local
host as well as working directory.
working directory.
Git rm cached, what it does?
Put in a working directory.
Remove only from
From the local repository.
Repository.
Local
the
repository.
working directory, isn't it? It will keep it in the working directory. Later on, if you want, it will be keep on tracking it. So you may do like actually git ignore concept comes in, right? We'll create ignore file. We'll
Ignore file and
all right, so that file will not be tracked anymore. Then we have discussed about revert,
revert.
undo any commit ID, right? That's a revert. Revert will generate again a new commit ID. You may revert the revert. So it's a safe and the regular general use case. and then you have git
Git reset.
reset. Right, in that again we have learned hard reset.
Hard reset, soft and
Mixed.
This is to undo successive commits. Undo successive commits means all the changes happened in those commits will be gone, as well as those also will be wiped off from the commit history, right? That's a reset we have learned. And then we were talking about branching, right? What is the need of branching? What are the different use cases we go for it? The theoretical part we have discussed. And then we were talking about merging. A simple merge we have seen. Simple branch creation and branch merge. In this, we have seen the commands like git branch, which will list all the branches. Also, it will tell you on which branch you are on because the star asterisk indicates on which branch you are on. Or else git status also will tell you on which branch you are on. And again, the commands are same in every branch, add, commit, log commands. And the command to create a branch is git branch, new branch, and the parent.
branch.
And to switch the branch,
Git checkout.
check out the branch name.
Branch name.
And then if you want to merge, git merge, source branch.
Source and destination.
These are the commands we have seen, which needs hands-on for sure. I just want to ask you one thing. Have you all got the Git setup done, Git installation done on your systems?
Yes, ma'am. But we did not find the recordings actually. Where
Recordings
we
will be on the same link, same YouTube link. If you click whichever you got on the first day, it will show the second also because that's a playlist link actually.
No, actually, ma'am, the first day recording will also not. It is not shared right now.
No, you have all the recordings. What about others? Have you received? Everyone will get the link where you have all the recordings. How many of you received it?
Yes, we have received it.
Amit, please check once again. There is a YouTube link shared across the WhatsApp channels. It's a playlist link actually. Every day you will see the videos on the same link. Every day in the sense till tomorrow, you will see on the same link. Only 3 videos you will see. Next videos will be with the private access, but the link will be same. But the access will be different from 4th video. So
Okay.
you should
I
be
checked
able to
with, Raj. Actually, I'm not added into the any WhatsApp group actually. So that's
Is
why
this your
maybe.
first class?
No, ma'am. This is my second class.
Can you ping Mr. Raj on the number present on
ma'am.
the website? He can add you.
Okay, sure, ma'am. I'll connect with it.
Yeah. So now how do you do the hands-on? You should complete this hands-on by tomorrow. It's not difficult, okay? It's not impossible. With the proper planning, you all can do the hands-on out of your busy schedule as well. So how is this possible? Let me help you. So first go through the recording. Okay, keep the recording parallelly, like listen it parallelly. You can pause it, do the hands-on. Or else if you feel convenient, you can just have a quick listening once again. You can use a fast learning mode like 2x, or you can keep the speed as 2x. If you already feel like very comfortable, if you memorize everything, go with the 2x speed, listen it and start the hands-on. So how do you start the hands-on? Yeah. So I already have shown you, but again showing you because some of you might not be available in the first class, or else this should clarify for everyone because this should be put in practice immediately, right? So go to this lab exercises, lab assignments, go here for Git. Already day 1, day 2, day wise you will have it. See day 1, right? These are the day 1 topics which we did as day 1 in the sense Git day 1 means it's actually day 2. Day 1 is the intro, right? So here you have all the installation steps, the configurations, the examples, everything, whatever we did, creating, adding, this is actually yesterday's Git. Today's Git concepts also were here. Yeah, I think day 2 will be with the private access. Once you log in, you will see day 2, right? So whoever have registered, you will see the same format for day 2 also. untracked versus tracked, the definitions. Do you see that which we discussed in the class? Everything will be there. Same is the case with the day 2. If you follow this, just copy and execute these commands, which is very simple, right? It won't take much time, but understand and do it, read it and do it. So that first round of hands-on will be very simple and you can complete it. Then in the second time, you start writing the commands, type your commands, like explore more with the commands and do it. As many number of times you do the hands-on, you gain grip over the subject. Like I told you, right? Simple example. How do you practice mathematics? Same way. Of course, this is not as difficult as maths. That you have to make a note of. If you learn it properly, this is not difficult. So are we clear how to go with the hands-on? And also the quiz portal. Here quiz is again available for day 1 only. Once you have logged in, you could see today's quiz as well. So you can go through this from your end. Let me check if I have that access for the quiz for day 2 and I'll share it. It's a GIT day 2, right? I'm sharing the quiz in the Zoom. Also, you all should have access to those quiz in the quiz portal. Yeah, I have shared it. I believe you all might have received that link, quiz link in the Zoom chat. So please go through it. Have you all received it?
Yes.
Yes.
And also go through these assignments and let me know like how comfortable you are using this and how convenient these were. If you have any inputs, you could also share it with us. We are continuously working on making the assignments better so that you could very easily do the hands-on. Because that's where people struggle. We are working on making the things simple for you so that you could easily learn and make the training more fruitful. We want to increase the percentage of the candidates who reach their goal by making these assignments more convenient and comfortable. So share your feedback, which will help.
Ma'am, during the course or after the course, is there any provision like you're providing any assistant placements as assistants or any reference?
Please reach out on this number, Amit. Placement assistant, we don't do it as a separate thing. If we have any references in our circle, we do share that way. To discuss more on that, please talk to Mr. Raj. He can guide you.
Sure.
How many of you completed the quiz? Any questions on the quiz part? All of you check this Google Drive access and the access to this portal. And if you have any issues with the access, you can reach out to Mr. Raj. For assignment 2 and all, try to sign up. You will see this page. Try to log in with access provided to you. Any help, reach out to Mr. Raj. From assignment 2, you should have access. Any questions from anyone? Are we good? So submit the quiz. Results will be released. You can go through, retake the quiz, or any questions on them, you can also reach out to me. So that is all I have for today. Do the complete hands-on. Any queries, if you are stuck up, post the screenshots on the separate WhatsApp group created. Thank you, Sarthak, for submitting. I believe you might have received the results as well. Quiz results. Complete your hands-on. Any queries, post it in the WhatsApp group. Will help you, and we'll begin with a more interesting concepts tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a good day. See you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye.